Morning, I'm Adam Veitch. I'm a young crofter. I croft at Direct Bed Croft, which is a co-owned croft in Lac. That's about 5 miles outside Fort William. Lac is a township of about a dozen crofts and is a traditional working township that runs a sheep stock club. We've been crofting here on Direct Bed Croft about 5 to 6 years. It was a bare land croft when we got hold of it. The croft is co-owned by two young families, so both crofters are husbands and wives, and we're all under 40, so all classified as young crofters. And we've got the next generation underway as well. What do we do on the croft? So I'm standing here just behind our cow barn. We run a small herd of Dexter cattle, two breeding cows, and that as a little enterprise runs a small beef box scheme. So each year we sell 1/8 shares of a cow. We run some hens. You'll probably hear some hens in the background, and that's just eggs sales at the farm gates. We also grow some crops, mainly some vegetables, kales and the like, and also we do potatoes each year, mainly for subsistence. The other thing we do is me and my wife run Doughie's, which is a small micro bakery from the Croft House, which bakes once a week. And although and part of that really is has been developing growing cereal, in particular cereal rye on the Croft. So small scale grain production doesn't really happen in our township anymore, and in fact doesn't happen in many townships, but it used to. So crofters traditionally would have done oats, bare barley and or cereal rye. So we're trying to bring that back, and that's one of the main things that we're pursuing. Again, just in the background you can see this year's crop hanging up in the rafters of the barn. So that's a bunch of test varieties of cereal rye. So challenges, one of the main challenges we had to begin with was infrastructure. It was a bad land croft, so we've had to do everything from fences to barns to roads to drains to water supplies. But the main help for that has been doing CAGS grants, and as young crofters we are eligible for the 80% CAGS grant. So I really recommend young crofters use that as a means to leverage your own capital. High points, seasonally there's lots of high points, generally when a harvest comes through or a cow calves, but there's also low points, a failed harvest, like potatoes getting blight or losing a calf. And really crofting is a bit about that seasonal highs and lows. You don't know quite what you're going to get each year, but there's a joy even in the hard times. COVID hasn't impacted our croft terribly much. As with many crofters, we have a professional side gig, so both crofters work, have a professional occupation, and our croft is although we try and make it monetarily sustainable, it isn't our main income, and that takes the pressure off a wee bit. And also because we didn't diversify into tourism at all, COVID hasn't impacted us that much. Just very quickly, see I'm running out of time, is the future. and the future is just behind me, really. I'm really excited and focused about exploring and developing and sharing how to do small-scale cereal crops with other crofters. So maybe keep an eye out for me on that front. Thanks, bye bye.